Hey guys, welcome back. SilverContrail here. I'm playing Resonant Rise once again, and I need to check my sound. Okay, we're good to go. I always forget to check that right before the episode starts, and then something loud will pop up, and I'll be like, did I check my sound? And then I have to go change it. Anyways, we're back again, and as you can see, I finally got my last line of these hydrokinetic engines up. It is really laggy over here. My frame rate drops about by half when I come this way. And I think it's all the water particles, I'm not sure. I don't know if I can maybe turn those off and then it'll change it. We want decrease particles. It's a little better. Yeah, that brings me back up to 60. Okay, cool. So again, the same thing with this line, basically. Ow, 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 ow. It's hard to walk through there because you're pretty much always going to get hurt unless you stay right in this middle lane. Which it's getting pretty dark in here, actually. I think there's 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all lead up to a Bedrock 16:1 gearbox. This turns all of that torque into speed, or some of the torque into speed, keeping the power the same, and then it goes into the rotational dynamo, which turns it into redstone flux, wherever my angular transducer is. There it is. Okay. And it is receiving a total of, well, it's generating a total of 558 redstone flux per tick, which is a fair amount. So with that, and this line isn't, we'll talk about this line in a second, that line isn't producing any energy. This one's producing 652, and then the one in the back is producing 558, which is the same, right? Yeah, 558. So about 1,500, no, 1,600? About somewhere around between 1,600 and 1,700 redstone flux per tick, which really isn't bad at all. It's really nice, you know, it's basically renewable as long as I can keep this thing supplied with canola seeds. To boost my lubricant production, I've added I've added one gearbox here, a 2:1 gearbox. So I had this first 16:1 transitioning torque into speed, another 16:1 again transitioning torque into speed, and then finally one last one transitioning torque into speed. This gives the grinder just enough to run, just enough torque that it needs, but it's rotating at an extremely fast rate of 1,600 or 16,000 radians per second, which is really ridiculous amount. It drops the operational time, the time it takes to process one canola seed, to about 3 seconds. So pretty cool. That's a lot of lubricant that I'm outputting. Unfortunately, it's going through my supply rather quickly. You can see I've got it hooked up from the back. So I need to try to see if I can boost my production. Honestly, I don't know if it's necessarily going to matter that much. I feel like if I do just wait, these won't consume it as quickly as I can simply pump more canola seeds in here over time, but I am worried about it decreasing, and I want to make sure everything's working as well as it possibly can. So I wanted to improve my farms a little bit today, and to do that, we're going to look at grabbing some more fans, putting some more fans down there, and putting some other things down there. So let's go check it out. Did I change anything down here? I can't remember what I did last episode. I think we automated these guys. I don't know if it was both of them that we automated, the pulverizer and the furnace. I've got this set up to pulverize quartz and nether quartz, but this actually wasn't working earlier, so I don't know what's up with it. Like, I have it all hooked up the way I know it's supposed to be, and it wasn't working, so I'm unsure of what's going on. So we'll find out what's going on with that. This is actually just a basically infinite glass generator. So this produces cobblestone, this pulverizes the cobblestone into sand, and then this smelts the sand into glass, which I have turned off right now because I don't want to make too much sand. I've got over 1,000 now, so I'm fine with that. And then, oh, I already got that. Yeah, not a whole lot else is changing down here for now. Got a couple more recipes in here. Still working on that. This is all wired up, obviously, from what you could see out up top. I've got the new conduit coming down And otherwise, nothing too different there. So yeah, let's go down another floor. This is new. This is my my deep storage setup that I've made in other worlds. Basically, the deep storage units, they hold 2 billion items, and if you hook up a storage bus to them, and you say, hey, store this item in it, then it will treat that as an inventory and part of the network. And I don't have them set. I guess you don't really have to, but it's pretty cool. So so far I've got rubber stored. I'm going to be storing sugarcane as soon as I get that set up. Gravel, of course, cobblestone, rubber, wood, and dirt. Probably store glass down here too, because I've got a lot of glass in my system, and then redstone, which I always end up with a lot of, so I like to store that as much as I can. Nothing changing down here too much either. I need to automate this spawner. I've got, again, that spawner clamp thing on it. Man, that was loud. But we'll get to that. And then, of course, we're down here in the farm. I just gutted the machine that was down here. Let's see if I have any dirt, because I need to fill this hole. Don't really have a lot. Got some grass. There we go. Yeah, I just gutted out basically the or is it the fertilizer, because I thought I'd hook it up down here instead. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And finally get that hooked up. And then also I have another fan on me somewhere. There it is. That I want to hook up as well. So you go 1, 2, and then here. This is where I would put the fan, and then it would basically fan everything in this lane. Unfortunately, I run into that, so I wonder, can I check the range on this? I don't know if I can check the range. It seems to have a very, very large range. Yeah, I'm not going to care then. Okay. We will move this, actually. Nope, don't go over there. Go over here. We'll probably put this over on this side of the room, which is kind of annoying because I'm going to have to dig out a little bit of it, but it'll be better to do it this way. I do notice this thing actually sucking up items from up top. I had an incident earlier where I hooked up one of my storage buses to my DSU, my deep storage unit, and what ended up happening is when I hooked it up, the system immediately tries to fill that inventory. It tries to put something in there. So whenever you're hooking up a DSU with a storage bus, or really hooking up a storage bus in general to an empty inventory, like a chest or something, you always want to make sure that you either tell that storage item what it's going to store. Like with a DSU, just put one item type in there, and then it will always store that item type. It won't try to store anything else that isn't that item. So you always want to set it up that way, or tell the deep storage, or not the deep storage unit, but the storage bus to store only that item. You can set it with the item in here. So now this deep storage unit knows that the storage bus knows that it only wants to use rubber wood, and it doesn't want to mess with anything else. Just rubber wood. Oh, there's some new settings on here. Oh, storage priority. That's pretty cool. Huh. Cool. But if you immediately hook one up and you don't have either of those things set, you have an empty, say I took these out, and you have an empty one, and you hook up a storage bus to it, it'll try to fill that. And what it filled it with actually wasn't even in my regular ME system. It was in my fluid ME system, and it actually tried to store water source blocks in there. So it stored like 12,000 water source blocks in about a second before I disconnected it. So I had like 12,000 of these like water blocks in here, and I pulled them out, and they actually stacked for a moment in my inventory, and I just like threw them out because I was like, what the heck, what am I supposed to do with these? And I had to basically throw them on the ground and then light them on fire to completely get rid of them. And now that I've talked an earful. I completely forgot why I came up here for. Oh, no, I remember. I came up here for dirt. We need some dirt. There we go. We're also going to need a hoe if we have one, which you probably don't. Because that would be very typical of me to not have useful tools on hand. Of course. I don't know why I'm searching for it. I could just make one. Could just make one. Oh, I should be using this, really. Is there still, like, good stuff in here? I can't remember. No, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just make one. I don't know why I didn't. Weird. But yeah, like, it was a weird glitch with the interaction between extra cells and extra cells and MineFactory Reloaded, and so I wouldn't suggest. Basically, whenever you're using an extra cell system, you have to be really careful because, in my experience, it's always been somewhat buggy. So you just need to be careful. In my last world, actually, was it my last world? No, the world before that, when I was playing the 1.5.2 packs, I ended up having a ME system that infinitely produced seed oil and would not get the seed oil out of the system, and it was in fact storing the seed oil in non-fluid storage buses, or non-fluid storage cells. So that was a mess. That was a pain to clean up. I don't think I ever fixed it because I pretty much quit my world shortly after, and then I jumped to the 1.6 packs. Speaking of which, maybe you guys saw the, and this is probably going to be a really talky episode. I'm going to talk about a lot of things. Saw Direwolf's mod spotlight for April Fools, where he spotlighted Minecraft essentially. I thought that was hilarious, and it actually comes across as a really, oh boy, I broke it. I broke my system. I broke it. Is actually a really good way to introduce players to Minecraft, because it's just a really good, it's a really good tutorial, the way he presents it, which I think is definitely Direwolf's biggest strength, is that he's really good at presenting new information, and that's why his mod spotlights are usually really well worth watching, because he knows what he's talking about. I mean, one, he knows what he's talking about, and two, he's good at presenting that information. So, pretty cool. I thought it was interesting. And then I think the creator of Applied Energistics was joking about making a mod where you can rotate blocks or something. Like you can rotate planks. So you have the texture here, but you could turn this 90 degrees or something like that. I don't know. But apparently it's going to be an actual mod soon, so we'll see how that ends up going. That will be very, very interesting. 1, 2, and that goes here, right? Yeah. Okay, where is my fan? That goes here. Actually, don't have a bedrock gearbox, so I'm going to make one of those. The other thing that happened recently, I finished my playthrough of whatever that thing is called. What is it called? Simulation Protocol. I always forget the map name for some reason. And actually, it was on the very same day that I finished it. Was the same day that Etho, Pause, and Beef uploaded their final episode for that series. So it was pretty cool. Like I got to watch them finish the map on the same day that I finished the map. The only thing I played through it on normal. I had 11 deaths total, which was, I think, one more than Etho did, but way less than Pause and Beef. The only couple of weird things that happened to me that kind of, I guess you could say, make my playthrough a little bit less legit. I think because he has some on his map. He's got these command blocks that I think artificially make it night. I think they stopped working for 2 of the areas that I went through. I'm pretty sure one of them definitely stopped working. I'm not sure about the other one. I don't know if it actually like sets it to night or it makes it perpetually night. So I don't know. Whatever the cause was, I ended up going through 2 areas where it was partially day, and I don't know if it was supposed to be day, but whatever. And then there's something else. I don't remember. Oh yes, the other thing. I actually did look and see. I watched their video, the last one they uploaded, to see where the location of the purple wool was, because it's one you can't really find very easily. And actually, when I watched the video, I realized I was standing right next to the building that it was in. So I was like, if I hadn't have like hit escape and gone to check YouTube, I would have found it in the next couple of seconds anyways. So I didn't think that was too much of a big deal. It's a fun map. It's really challenging, but it's not like rage quit inducing. I would say, and I guess it's a fact of that I played on medium or normal or whatever like the difficulty is. I did not struggle at all in terms of fighting mobs. Like if you're careful and you take your time when you're making your way through that, you're not gonna have a problem. You know, getting killed by mobs. I don't think you're gonna have a problem with doing stupid things, falling off buildings and stuff. Like all of my deaths were just these stupid BS things, that stuff I shouldn't have died to, really. Things that I knew better, and I still end up getting myself killed. So that was too bad, but it's whatever. What else do we need? We need to make this gearbox, so we're gonna need these guys? Yeah, we need these guys. And there is our gears. We want to throw these guys back in because we don't need them anymore. And we need a panel. But yeah, I would definitely recommend playing Simulation Protocol. If you haven't played a CTM in a while and you're looking for something cool to play, go give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. Really enjoyable. It doesn't take too long to get through. I mean, it's pretty... It's fairly lengthy, but it's not going to take you ages, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? And then here's the 2-to-1 gearbox. Okay, cool. And then we have a lever, maybe? I can get one. We can get cobblestone. Just put right there. And we can make a lever. Okay, so let's go back downstairs and hook this sucker up. Yeah. So we want to do like this, I think. And then maybe not. Is it backwards? Oh, there we go. Okay. Implying fan sounds. I have my sounds turned off for this, so that's why you're not hearing anything. Which is a heck of a lot nicer, because these guys are noisy. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. Cool. Alternatively, one of the things you can do is you can use a... Where is it? There we go. Where is it? A shaft junction. And you can basically chain together engines as long as they have the same output speed, I believe. Or same input speed. Yeah, if you have a bunch of these, you can do some cool stuff with them. In fact, we'll go make one. We'll go toy around with that, because that that might help make our farm a little bit more efficient here. Why are you not picking that up? Okay, there we go. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. Be efficient. And up one more. Am I out of canola seeds again, I wonder? Almost. But then, like, I have so much lubricant in here already. Like, it would take a long time to go through this. I just wonder if it's sustainable. I want to make sure it's sustainable before I do anything else. Yeah, so let's make a junction. So this takes some base panels. We don't have any, but we do have steel, of course. It will take one of the gears, which we have one of. Oh, you get two of them. Nice. Okay. And then we want, we're going to need one more. 2, 3. And again, the base panels, which I keep forgetting about. There we go. And 2 of the ingots. So I'll throw those back, and let's make it. So this goes here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Shaft junction. So basically how this works, you can see it's like, if you got 3 inputs / outputs. There are 2 modes for it. It's got a, let me make sure I get the right names right, a merge mode and a split mode. So in the merge mode, it combines the torques. It takes the sum of the torque and it outputs the input speed. In split mode, it takes the input and sends some torque either way. So in merge mode, it takes 2 inputs. In split mode, it takes 1 input. In split, you're sending your output to 2 different areas. I think I used it before over here when I was powering the grinder as well as the energy cell. In fact, I probably, now that I think about it, I should have some of these. Yeah, they're right here. Of course, I have more. Go figure. So I think if we hit this, we can see which mode it's on. Yeah, because red is input. So this is on split mode right now, I think. And this is on merge mode, where it will take the, oh wait, no. Which mode is it? Let me check for reference. Ow, 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 ow. Red is output. Okay. Red is output. So this is 2 inputs and 1 output. Okay, yeah. So this is merge mode. If I put an engine here and an engine here, it will output that speed and the combined torque of those 2 engines. So if I put 2, I don't have any engines on me, but if I put 2 DC engines here, I would output the combined power of them. In fact, we can go grab those. It's not like they're doing anything useful down here anyways. So yeah, if I take this and I put this down right here, I really should get a dynamometer so I can show this stuff off better. Come back. Put you right here. And then take you. Bloop. Get back here. Put you right here. Okay, and then if you give them a redstone signal. Boop. This is on split mode, right? Yeah. So basically, the output, which it's not going to tell me unless I put something there. Let's do that too. We can at least check and see what it's getting. Where did my fan go? Did I lose it? Did it go in here? What the heck? Where'd it go? Can you not pick these up with picks? You can flip these things upside down. That's kind of weird. What the heck? Where did it go? It didn't go in here. That one did. Did it like get sucked up and then slingshot back here? What the heck is going on? Well, this is odd. This is really odd. Where did my fan go? Huh. Okay. Well, anyways, if we put this here, we can see that it is receiving the input speed, which for these engines here is 256 radians per second. But it's getting the combined, well, it's getting twice the power actually, and that's because their torques are being combined. So normally it would only get about 1 point something kilowatt of power, and now it's getting 2 point, 048. So that is one way to combine your stuff. So the range on this guy is 7 meters. The range on this guy is 8 meters, so that increases its range a little bit. The fans themselves have... Oh, there it is! It's right there. Found it! That was weird. How did it get stuck up there? Oh well. The max range on these is 32, so if I wanted to, I could hook up one, like a setup like this, and I can increase the range a little bit without spending a whole lot on more improved engines. I would use one of these, but they don't spin... Oh no, they do spin fast enough. In fact, I might switch all these DC engines out for the steam engines, because they're easy enough to power. I mean, they're pretty straightforward. I can wire them underground too. And then they're easy enough to just put some flame under and then have them go, and I can extend this back a lot further and then have it run. But I'm getting some lag. Okay, last thing I want to talk about real briefly, and this is again off topic a little bit. I've been contacted by someone who wants to do a server play series for modded Minecraft. I'm still sort of weighing my options with that in terms of, is this something I want to spend a lot of time doing? And I want to know what you guys think. And if I were to do one, what I guess, like, what would you like to see? Because I haven't really done server series in a long time, and there's a reason for that, because I usually don't spend a whole lot of time doing them. They usually fall apart pretty quickly. So I don't know. It'll be interesting if I do end up going with it. But yeah, I'd like to hear some feedback on it. If you guys have any thoughts on like what sort of mod pack or what kind of mods you'd like to see me mess with in the future. This would be a much larger mod pack than this one, clearly. Not a lot of people play minimalistic mod packs. And yeah, that's about it for me today, I think. I've got some writing to do, so I'm going to get to that. Thank you for watching, and until next time then.